Let's pop the
Let's
top.
pop the top. Well, we're above average here.
Oh my goodness.
Well,
That
I'm
failed.
so excited because we are back with another episode, and Shannon
Isn't here.
she's not here. She ditched us. So
R.I.P.
two guest hosts, which we talk about, I think, on every episode. My roommate, Rachel, which is the reason I met her because Shannon wouldn't live with me. So she's a blessing. And obviously, Missy is back. So we love her too. And it's just a great time.
If something is difficult, just give up and find something easier.
Yeah.
Okay, Confucius.
It's a quote on my beer. So this is called Hazy Life Coach IPA from Copenhagen, and that was the quote. There's one more quote that we will share.
I have a basic bitch White Claw.
And my quote is, my whole life is fake it until you make it, then just keep faking it, which is what I do every day at work.
Same.
So thank you, Copenhagen Brewery, for making things exciting.
I have to make a confession that in all of the episodes, and I've listened to all of them, I've never once watched any of them. So I don't know what to do with my hands.
I always wonder
one of these
if people watch them, because I make really weird facial expressions, and I hope people don't watch them. I feel like they're way better.
I don't know how you control your facial expressions, because sometimes I'm listening to you guys and I almost forget that I'm just listening to you and I'm not actively participating in one of our conversations. And I'm like,
yeah,
why'd you say that?
I do like your commentary on every episode. I like everybody's commentary, but sometimes people come for me, damn it. They really came for me about chain restaurants. And Levante Brewery, I still will say, cloudy and cumbersome.
He just told you
but
not to say it.
Shit.
I just brought cloudy and cumbersome for people that are not watching this.
I'd like to try it.
It's probably good,
yeah,
but it wasn't good when I drank it. But it was also 1,000 degrees.
You also have the taste bud of a 12-year-old with your chicken nuggies and cheeseburgers. I told myself I was not going to be mean, and here I am being a bitch already.
It goes along with me buying bows because my 5-year-old friend would not give me any, so I had to buy them. So we're up.
It is normal. I feel like Taylor, my niece, wouldn't give you any of her stuff.
I don't know why.
Haley might.
She probably
My niece would for sure give me a bow, but she would not give you a bow.
Well,
yeah,
I don't know why. But our topic today is adult friendships and how you make friends as adults. And honestly, I am antisocial, so I don't like making new friends, and there's nothing more I hate than small talk. So I don't even know how you make friends without doing small talk.
Jess, you're pretty good at a lot of those things, though, so I'm surprised.
No, people think that, but I don't like talking to people, honestly.
You get nervous and overshare, which is what I do, which makes sense why we're friends.
That's true. Yeah. Just because I don't know.
I was going to say, I don't know how to make friends as an adult unless I get adopted into a group, which is what I did here. You all had a well-established friendship before I met Jess, even if it was rocky at times. And then I came along and we developed our own friendship. And then I knew Shannon in college as well, because like Jess said, we were college roommates. And then I didn't meet Missy until much later, like after college was over. But I kind of just got adopted into the group, which is like, I feel like a theme of my life, that I find one friend and then I become friends with their friends and just stay within the nice little circle that I've created.
Way you have to be introduced to someone unless you are on BFF Bumble.
BFF.
Which I've actually heard multiple people make friends off of that.
They
Shout
do.
out Bumble, please sponsor me. I did make one friend off of Bumble BFF that we have been friends for the 7 years that I've been in Baltimore. Her name is Allie. She's lovely. I do love her. But I also met my husband on Bumble, so
I can vouch
prime
too.
candidate for sponsorship right here.
I've met my wife on Bumble as well.
It's beautiful.
I love Bumble.
But Bumble, when you do the friend version, who has to respond first? Because
You
didn't
both can.
Yeah, it's like the
It's like the lesbians Miss talked about.
I was gonna say yes.
could men be on friend Bumble?
Yeah.
Probably. But
And
you could set it to just one gender, I think, too, for friends. Honestly, I don't know because when I did it, I don't remember setting those things and I haven't used it in 7 years. But I met Allie through there and she was like the third Bumble BFF like friend date that I had gone on. The other two girls were real freaking weird. Like we did not have the one we did not have a second friend date. We met at a World of Beer in Towson,
Oh my God,
Maryland.
you one of those?
Mhm.
Those are so cool.
That's where actually I took most of my Bumble first dates because I felt safe there and I knew the bartender at the time. I also flashed the
real dates?
bartender in the beer cave.
Was it like your friend dates, not your?
No
Yeah.
male dates also.
Hi, Luna.
Yeah, Luna wants to give her point of view too.
She's like, Mom, don't talk about flashing people in the beer cave. That's so rude to Dad. I did that. Oh my God, I'm sorry, Mom. Don't listen to this.
I'm gonna send it to Mrs. Delaney ASAP.
But the one girl we met there and had drinks and food, and she was just kind of weird. She was nice enough, but it was just weird. And then I met another girl, and I don't remember our first like BFF date is I went to her house, got ready to go out, and then we went out downtown in Federal Hill in Baltimore and got belligerently drunk. And then she came over to my
I'm
house.
really good friends with people. You just have to get drunk first.
Yeah, well, she came over to my
Honestly.
house twice after that, and then we never hung out again, but we're still Instagram friends.
Mm.
And then Allie and I went for sushi, and then we've been friends ever since. I just saw her last weekend. We went to a fake wedding.
A fake wedding?
Mhm.
What's a fake wedding?
It was a fundraiser for like a volunteering program here in Baltimore. And so it's basically just a big party. And it was also Mardi Gras themed. My friend Michelle, who's Allie's friend, who I adopted as my friend, is on like their board. And you go and there's like food and drinks. You buy a ticket. So food and drinks are included then. And then throughout the night, you pay money to vote for a man and a woman to get fake married. And then they eventually get up on stage and exchange vows that were pre-written.
Gosh, this is such a good fundraising idea. I need to.
It's so cool. It was a blast, and they had one of those like 360 cameras.
Oh yeah.
It was cool.
Nice.
Man. Every time I hear about nonprofit events, I'm like, mine are not fun.
As another ex-nonprofit gal, no, they're not.
I don't need you to like twist the knife that went in my heart, but it's true.
I say that, but I do low-key miss nonprofit life.
Nobody will ever say that.
I do a little bit.
Why?
I don't know.
The grass is greener on the for-profit side, I think.
Did you start a timer?
What?
Did you start a timer?
Yeah, we did not.
No,
We
I
rolled
just fly by the seat of my pants like I always do.
I'll start one.
I got it.
Shannon never starts one either.
I just thought about it.
How much time do we need? 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, you started a timer. I started a stopwatch.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't understand how people do make good friends as adults because, I made Allie through Bumble BFF. I already had you established and got adopted into your friend group. And then I have a few friends through work that I were on my old nonprofit. And I hang out with McKenna and her friend who's become my friend Raven a lot. But I don't know how people do it.
I can tell you.
Yeah, Missy has done it.
I've done it multiple times, but it's just like I feel like I lose them too, and it's my own fault.
But you're very social. Anybody. She self-sabotages.
I do. I do.
I'm shocked. So do I.
Sorry. Shut up, Rachel.
I'm saying the same thing about us. Like,
Well, I could punch her if you want me to. But yeah, I don't know what it is about me, but I just like sometimes I do get in my own head about it, but the most recent one was, well, it's really not that recent. I've been friends with her for a while. So my old neighbor, Olivia, I met in the wild because
Met in the wild.
they call it that because you don't meet them on Bumble BFF. That's what
it's not staged. Like, you're not both searching.
I do. And like Raina and Ashley from Girls Gotta Eat, they always say that.
Oh my God, I
Yeah.
love that. I hope people describe meeting me as meeting me in the wild. 'Cause
No.
it's a great compliment.
Yeah. So I think what really happened with me and Olivia was I have two dogs and I lived in the same neighborhood as her. She had a dog at the time. So we would go sometimes around the same time to walk our dog. And if you're looking to meet your friends, get a dog.
That's a
Because
great point.
sometimes,
Have one.
yeah.
Where are your friends?
I don't know.
Yeah, sometimes going for a walk and mingling with dogs sometimes helps when your dogs are actually like good. Like my dogs were good until Graham has epilepsy and he does not like other dogs now that he has had a lot of seizures. But before that, I met Olivia, me and my wife did. And we got a little bit more closer because our neighbors like had like a couple like things like get gatherings and stuff just to get like the neighbors out and about. And the one time it was like almost like a I don't know how to describe it, but like we had beers at everybody's house. I don't know what you call that, but
Really? Like a beer
Party?
swap?
we just
Or
had
like-
we just went to everybody's house and had a beer. Like I don't know
That's
what you call
fun.
that.
I wish my neighbors were fun.
It was
My
fun.
neighbors are old.
Yeah.
It was, yeah, all my neighbors now are old, but like it was a neighbor that moved. Like a lot of my townhouse like neighbors were rentals. So like they weren't like us who just like owned it. But they moved and then our neighbors kind of like were boring. But yeah, I met Olivia with like just like drinking beers and like we were just like catching up about our dogs and like who like she used to also watch my dogs too, which was awesome. So like we kind of trusted her over time and like I guess even when I don't really know how it just kind of like organically just became best friends. So over time. But I also met people at work too. Like I just somehow just get close to
You're
people.
social.
So are you not friends with Olivia anymore, or are you still
I am.
friends with her? Oh, I thought this was the story of how you became not friends with somebody. I was like,
No, but I have a problem with keeping friends.
no, it's hard. I mean, look at the years of our life. Like, how many friends can you say you've consistently kept through the years besides that bitch right there?
I know, Jess. Yeah.
Nobody can get rid of me. I'm like
No.
a plague.
Me and Olivia are still really good friends. It just sucks because we don't live in the same neighborhood anymore. But yeah, we're still really, really connected and like she'll come over and hang she like pretty much is like an aunt to my son. She's Aunt Livy's. And yeah, she's really cool. But we bond a lot with like breweries, like you, me, and Jess. But yeah, like I think what my problem is like trying to find time for people. Because I have a
Freaking
really
hard.
stressful job, yeah. And then like I'm just mentally taxed. So like the people at work, I kind of been left leaving out, but I know, but it will eventually get better.
I was gonna say, I like people who you don't need any social battery for. Like you can literally just sit on the couch, drink beer. You don't even have to talk.
Oh,
You
that's
can just watch TV.
That's totally Olivia.
Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes sometimes I'll come over and you're just like,
Yeah, be like, let's just sit and watch a show and not talk, but we're actually hanging out.
mhm.
I've also been on a Lifetime kick lately though, and it's like my new hobby on the weekends. Like I want to watch the Lifetime premiere movie, even though
Lately?
mainly since I was 18, but I'm 33 now, so whatever the math is, that's how many years it's been.
Lifetime, Bravo, Cheaters,
Yeah.
whatever channel Cheaters airs on.
Oh my God, Cheaters is still on sometimes. It's old episodes, but it is freaking TV gold.
Missy, I would wake up at like, she's a morning girl and I'm not. So I would wake up at like 9 o'clock for my 10 o'clock class, and Cheaters would already be playing on the TV in our room. And she'd be riveted just sitting there watching Cheaters, eating.
Like smiling at the TV.
Oh my God. What about the ones where like the PDF, what is it? The police ones where they have like live arrests.
Oh yeah, they don't play that anymore. I think it got canceled.
Well, yeah, because
That.
we don't need to go down that road tonight, but
we're not going to touch that one with a 10-foot pole, but I forget what it was called. Was it like police something?
Live PD.
Yeah, live PD. Those were interesting because I'm always like, who is actually signing off that they want their face on TV? Because I
Do
would
you guys ever look at like your I mean, you live closer to your hometowns than I do because I'm like 3.5 hours away from it. But do you ever look at like your hometown newspaper arrests and just be like, who do I know that got arrested today?
I look at that frequently.
Like once every week or once every other week.
I would classify that as frequently. Wait, but
I mean, both of you have been to my hometown. Can you blame me?
no.
Not even skipping a beat. No.
Jersey Shore, PA. I mean, your parents' house is amazing, but I remember you driving us to like Walmart or something because we had to get something in Dunkin' Donuts, and she's like, "This is just how people are here," and we're like, "We get
God, this is really something."
You think about the people of Walmart website from like the early aughts, like the 2006 to 2009 era, and that is my hometown. Like they're wearing Cookie Monster sweatpants, and more power to you. If you want to leave the house in Cookie Monster sweatpants, bless.
The
Yeah.
slushies from that.
Oh my God,
that
the
place.
slushies.
Those were so good. Missy, you and Shannon didn't even finish yours. Jess and I finished yours.
We
I
had to
had
drink
such a
them for
headache.
you.
It was so bad. My stomach would have churned all night because it was such.
Well, we
sugar.
won't get in too much of it because I know Shannon wants to do it another time. But when we went for Jess's bachelorette party, we went to my parents' house, which it was essentially like not a real bachelorette party, but we called it.
It was a COVID bachelorette party.
Yeah. Where the five of us, you, Missy, me, Shannon, and Chelsea, went to my parents' house and just kind of got belligerently.
I've never been so drunk for 2 days straight, but none of us ever got sick. We were
Shan got close with the migraine after the Lover Boys. And I like no wonder she won't drink them.
That's why.
I think she also did not the slushy did not react well with her.
Oh,
yeah, that
the slushy to the Lover Boy to the whatever the heck else we had been drinking.
Yeah, that's why I
My one regret for when you guys came, and Jess got remedied for that though, is that the Bald Birds wasn't open when you guys were in.
I know.
I
will still say Baldbur's is one of the best places I've ever gone to, even the Jersey Shore one. I actually think I like the Jersey Shore location better than the Audubon location, but that's their original one, isn't it?
No, so Audubon is their original location, but they are all from Jersey Shore. So my dad was one of the owners, Joey, was his football coach, and my mom is besties with Joey's mom, and that is so we are the Drunk Wives Club, but my mom has a group of friends that they saw the Yaya Sisterhood and they just ran with it, but they have been doing it well before that movie came out. They're the Yayas. So Nancy is one of my mom's best friends. They go on a yearly trip to somewhere, my brain is not thinking of the place right now, and they all just like hang out, drink wine, exchange presents. They do a big present exchange and just have like a girls' weekend. And she's the mom of one of the owners of Bald Birds.
So cool.
That's amazing. I didn't know that was their second location. I just
Mhm.
always thought that was their first one.
They were like, we like passed by it and they were building it at
I
the
forgot.
time.
My sense
Well,
of-
you went to it
Yeah, for your
for
bachelor.
my bachelorette party because we did the same thing for my bachelorette party. I just wanted to lay in a pool and get drunk and eat dip.
Ugh,
I mean,
that's even better
I
too,
feel
though.
like any bachelorette party, that's all I wanted to do. I don't
Sure.
understand like I don't know. It's like my catch-all for shit. Oh, here's my high school cheerleading photo. Close the drawer. Nobody
wanna
needs to
see
see
it.
that.
No, Jess, you need to show this.
My grandma sent me this newspaper clipping and she called me every day for a month asking if I got this newspaper clipping. And I guess she found it while she was going through her house. And I was like, well, clearly I can't throw this away. And actually, I wanted to frame it and hang it in my office. But Anthony said it looked
Wait.
like the demon. So I did not.
I have a picture of my grandmother framed.
My dad's mom.
You have yours framed?
No, I have a picture of my grandmother framed, and she's just like in a pool float, sticking her tongue out. And it's very me.
See?
Except she was like 5'2" and maybe 95 pounds, and I am 5'8" and much more than that.
You look like you're Aunt Fern.
I feel like I need to use that for some
Oh,
episode art one day. Oh, I don't know why it always does that.
Wait, so backtracking to bachelorette parties, Missy, did you have a second bachelorette party?
No, I never had like anything crazy with my second wedding. Like
Are
we all-
you?
Rower one.
I did have a nice like party with my wife's side of the family down in Florida.
Do
So
you want to
like,
go back to Jersey Shore?
I would love to.
Now we can go to Bald Birds and drink the slushies again.
Oh my
Well,
God. You guys
So I have a question though, because so your first wedding, who were your bridesmaids and are you still friends with them?
Oh, this is tough to talk about, but yes, I am friends with a few. I am friends with, well, first of all, two of them are my sisters, so absolutely. And Lauren Wright was my best friend growing up. I'm absolutely friends with her. She lives in Colorado though, so I don't see her really. I should probably really go out there, but
I'm going.
Cara Brazillo, she was my friend since like kindergarten. I see her like maybe like once a year. It's hard because she has two kids and I have a kid. So I just rekindled that friendship after 5 years. Shannon, sure, I'm friends
No.
with.
Yeah, hate that bitch.
Died.
I feel like you guys are gonna have a lot of people thinking that Shan and I don't get along because Rachel and I never agree. And I'm like, we do agree. We're saying the same thing, but different.
Yeah, you guys really do. You're the most, well, all three of you are very direct. So if I know,
Shannon is more honest to other people. I'm honest to you guys, but I'm like, oh, be nice to them. And Shannon's like, nah, tell that bitch to.
Yeah.
if I ever need an opinion, I ask you three and I'm like, I know I'm gonna get it. And it's gonna be like if I like it or not. And usually I'm like, damn, they're mean. But you need like honest friends. Nobody wants a dishonest friend.
I don't know. Tell me I'm pretty all the time. And like, if it's a lie, and I'll accept that. But anyway, sorry, Miss, I interrupted you.
No, it's fine. We don't need to talk about the other one. So
Okay. Because I'm curious just because like as adult friends, we think like our bridesmaids are the epitome of adult friends. And like, I got lucky that all of my bridesmaids I love, two of them I've been friends with since elementary school. A couple are from college, and like my other is my sister. And it's just weird that you hear a lot of stories of women who had bridesmaids and they don't speak to each other after that.
Which is weird and sad because then they're always, of course, in your wedding photos.
I mean, it doesn't matter for me.
Well, yeah. For that one.
But anyway.
I'm sorry. But
That's
yeah.
true though.
Are you sorry?
I,
You have nothing to be sorry for. But
I
it's just
know,
funny.
I'm
Like,
not. Don't.
you don't.
Absolutely not.
But it's
Yeah,
weird that like your friendships just change as you get older because I mean, there was a time where we didn't talk, Jess.
I don't know what I did to deserve
Do
that.
you want me to tell you?
Actually, I do.
That's
Do you
funny.
not remember?
Didn't either.
Yeah, I had some roadblocks in my life where I had not the best judgment of people I hung around. And my friends didn't support my decision. So then I eventually found out myself, and then they took me back like a little stray cat.
Uh,
You are a stray cat. So Missy, I know you've probably heard the story, but when the
no.
third year that Jess and I were living together, um, she started dating somebody who I didn't like. And it got to the point where like he was being reckless with her life. And I told him that I hoped, and this is my least proud moment of my life. And
That's
I
true.
will say it's not a thing anybody should ever say to anybody else, but I was like, in the heat of the moment, he and I were arguing, and I said, I wish he would have died in a car crash. And then we kind of had like a slight break in the strength of our friendship. And not long after that, there were people at our shared apartment in college that, at the time were like smoking in the house. And I was like, hey, could you not have them smoke or whatever? And I had tried to like say something to one of the girls, and that girl just did not like my tone and like kind of yelled at me. And I was like, this is not cool. And Jess has been like, yeah, that's not cool. But like the rift was already there from a couple other external factors between us. And like she was not necessarily at fault. I was not necessarily at fault. It was 21-year-olds who didn't understand how to communicate with each other and who had lived together for 3 years and had let like life get in the way. And so I moved out.
Yeah, she did.
This is like, bye.
Honestly, it's the best thing for your mental health, though, to get out of a situation that's so toxic. So,
And I was in like a severely anxious and depressed state in my life in general. So like I was already in a really bad mind frame for everything. And so we didn't talk for 3+ years.
Because I don't even remember how we came together, but we went to the haunted hayride.
I messaged you on Instagram. I just started being like, hey. And you started being like, hey.
that's how
And
you are.
I don't know how we decided we were going to go to that thing, but Rachel gave
You.
me her address, and all I could think about was, oh my God, we haven't seen each other in 3 years. I wonder if she's giving me a fake address and I'm going to show up and it's not going to be her house.
She really thought that I was going to give her a false address to come to my home and be like, LOL, just kidding. I don't live there.
Yeah, be
For
like,
you.
joke's on you, biatch.
Instead, I was like crying my eyes out. Like we like cried when you got there.
It was meant to be.
And your ex-boyfriend and my ex-boyfriend just sat there like, what are they doing? That was who you talked about in one of the most recent episodes, though.
Yes, I did. The red flag ones. I wanted to put all of his red flags on blast, but I'm saving that for a really good episode.
Can I be on that episode? Because I have a lot of them.
Yes.
From that boyfriend that I was with at that time.
Actually, the next one we should do should be red flags in a relationship. That's a great topic.
I should probably be on that one.
Because a lot of
I
people ignore that.
divorced somebody that was a walking red.
Yeah. But like when you're in it, you like you ignore it. You're like, this is normal.
It's
okay.
manipulation.
And then people like will encourage it. They'll be like, well, you've been talking to him for 5 years, Rachel. Just give him another chance. And I'm like, mother, I don't think I should.
Mom.
That's what happened. I broke up with my now husband to date my ex because my mother was like, don't you want to know how it goes?
No, we never want to know how it goes.
Do we so
Yeah.
bad?
If anybody's listening and there's red flags, dump him.
Speaking of, you should really listen to this Risa Tisa or something on TikTok. Like she literally is going through her whole marriage with this guy that was a walking red flag. He was a pathological liar,
Oof.
like manipulated her, and then like I'm still getting through it, but it's just so juicy. I love.
Can you send me the link?
I will totally.
And I think as an adult, now that I look back and realize when your friends hate who you're dating, that like tells everything. Especially like
I'm unfortunately
Hmm.
well known in all of my friend groups for hating people they date because I'm a big proponent of they don't deserve you. And the people that I like, I'm getting sweaty. The people that I like were Anthony and my other Jess. The minute I met him, I loved her now husband. And Sam, my one best friend from home, we literally basically lived across the road from each other. Her ex-fiance, I was always like, I don't like him. I tried so hard. I'm sorry, Sam. I tried so hard to like him. And then when they ended their engagement, I was like, thank fucking God. Like,
Is it Sam, the one I met?
I don't think I ever met Sam. Dark curly hair.
She has a kid, right?
no, that's Blair.
Somebody
Is that
else.
Blair?
No.
No, whoever Shannon's friends with. That's Sam.
Oh, Sam Galvin.
Different Sam, yeah.
Yeah, different Sam.
But I'm well known in my friend groups for being like, Rachel hates a lot of people.
But it's usually for good reasons because you see things that they don't.
Can read people.
Yeah. And we
Should-
keep people to a high standard.
I love Anthony and I love Christina. I almost said Tina, but I remember her saying she
You can
preferred
say Tina
Christina.
because she doesn't want the financial firm that she works for to know.
I'm sorry. I didn't. Do you want me to list her birth name? You're on record.
Don't.
She's
so nervous that it'll come back to her.
Never, not her.
What are they gonna do?
Which
Which
one
one?
should I do? Cloudy and Cumbersome or the sugar-coated pony kisses from Stable 12? I'm not sure because I really want her to try the Cloudy and Cumbersome to prove
Do
her
that
right.
one.
Yep, we're doing it.
Yes. Oh, I'm so jealous. I can't taste it.
Don't come for me, people, if I
Back
still
to the
don't like it.
topic.
Oh, but yeah, like it's hard just to. I'm waiting to see what she thinks.
In real time.
I still don't like it.
Oh my God, you're just not that. You didn't even take a sip of it.
I
Like,
mean,
it was in your mouth. You didn't even swallow it.
Oh my God, we need a follow-up. Man, this podcast is going to be rated triple R.
Yeah, this one.
This is going to be the most listened to. We're coming for your crown, Shannon.
Try it again.
I would drink it, but I wouldn't
Try
go
it.
out of my way for it.
I think too in friendships, I'm really trying to bring it back around.
Yeah.
That we often have to push each other though, because like where would Little Miss Chicken Fingers be without us pushing her to try new things?
Little Miss Chicken Fingers.
Chicken fingers. I remember the one time I went to Stickman's and I stopped by for chicken nugs because I was really hungry at the time.
Oh my God.
And I was meeting Jess at the time. And I was like, Jess, I just had chicken nuggets. And she's like, I am so jealous.
That's true. If your friends aren't pushing you, they're not your friends.
No.
Yeah. And I think too that like as adult friends, I mean, there's different classifications of friends. Like there are the friends that you like we said earlier, like there are friends you can literally just sit on your couch with and not watch Bravo, because if we were at your house and you were watching Bravo, I would for sure be on TikTok at full volume.
Yeah.
Not looking at
what we're not going to do when we're together.
If you put on Lifetime, I'd be more inclined, I mean, to like watch, but there's different levels. Like even with some of the people I consider some of my really close friends, like I'm not sit on the couch people with them.
Yeah.
I could sit on the couch with you. It would just be like living together again.
And it's also like the people that you could not hang out with for like a year and then you hang out again and it's normal. Like we didn't see each other for so long. And then we went to that car show together and I was like, it's like we just saw each other yesterday.
Oh yeah.
And that's what you need though, because you need people who you're not only comfortable with, but like we said, push you. Like you need to find the balance. And there can be friends that are surface level. We all have plenty of those.
Yeah.
Missy, no, I'm just kidding. No, because we
there today.
Miss and I are the opposite of surface level, that we have such same brain issues that we're essentially the same person.
Yeah,
You just called me
Missy.
surface level.
You like all of us four get along so well. It's just weird because we
Mhm.
brought you in, and I was like, oh, she can be friends with anybody. And then
I don't like it. I don't
now
like that
you're just
look.
like drunk wives club. It was us four that really started it.
Yeah, and it was hard because it for me it was weird. Like I said, I got adopted in and I felt like I had something to prove, but I very quickly realized I did not have things to prove because we did just mesh so well.
Yeah.
Like Shannon and I are both the late risers, pre-Brady, and Missy and I have very similar brains. We have such similar brains. Like we bonded over our use of Lexapro.
Wait, I couldn't stop laughing because I found that picture for Shannon's birthday of all of us at Baldbirds,
Oh,
and
it's so
all I
cute.
could think about was when Rachel and I got fucking trashed. And then we went to Chicky and Pete's and ordered food, and I was like, I cannot eat. I can't even see straight. I have to go
Oh,
home.
I know. You guys
And
were just like really hanging on there.
We didn't go home. That was your wedding weekend. We went to the hotel.
I know that was the thing, but like then Shannon stayed back and she's like, well, I'm gonna finish my beer. And I was like, I would too if I were you, but like we have to go to sleep immediately.
It's
Yeah.
because it's your fault because we had White Claws just in general during the day as we were like doing things. And then am I allowed to say this? You invited your weird cousin and her friend over to the hotel room. And we had like 2 White Claws while they were there.
Not there. It was my cousins from Florida, and it was so freaking awkward. And yes, it was very weird.
And then she wore white to your wedding.
And Rachel's still friends with you. By the
Yeah.
way.
And but then you made us go to your venue and they made us like those really very alcohol heavy cocktails at that like bougie bar up there. And then we went to go drink beer.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't have pre-game so hard. That was a mistake made on my end. But you know, once we got to Baldbirds, it was fun. And then immediately when we went to go sit down at an actual restaurant, I was like, we have to go home.
I feel like me and Rachel also bonded when like we were at what was it? Rehearsal dinner and the bartender disappeared and we went to go try to open a wine like a wine bottle and we couldn't get it open.
And so we just pushed it.
Trying to get it open. And we're like, me and Rachel were just like, we gotta get out of here. We gotta go.
We pushed that cork down in, poured your wife a glass, and then ran away.
I think that's when you and my wife really bonded too. Like she was like, thank God I got a glass of wine.
And I was like, I'm sorry if there's cork particles in your glass of wine, Tina.
You're like, it's fine.
It's hilarious.
It's your wedding too, though. It's funny because like for me and you, we have like the Drunk Wives Club, but then we also like one of the other groups that I was first introduced to before we really hung out with Missy and Shannon together was our Waka Flocka Flame group, which is Shane and Chelsea. And so
What an interesting dynamic that is.
we don't need to go into all those.
I've been to some of these events in Manioc with Shane, you, and Chelsea, and it was just chaos.
And then add on like, yeah, just chaos. We don't need to talk about the add-ons.
Let's get into it.
I'll give it to Shane. He is obviously one of my best friends. But when we first started doing this podcast, he texted me that we made it in the podcast world because his guy group chat was talking about the Drunk Wives Club podcast. And I was like, really? They're talking about our podcast? We made it.
Don't give them fuel.
I know.
I love that. It's it's funny though, because like before that though, like it's funny the groups of friends you develop because we're still very much separate groups. Like sometimes I'll get Snapchats from Jess into the same like snap groups. Like it's one's Walk a Flock of Flame and one's Drunk Wives Club. And I'll be like, oh, I just get to see this twice. I love this for me. But like we definitely did different things. And I do love that though.
He's trying to bring the group back. I hope he does.
Is. And is it the dadness in him that he's just like ready for friendship again?
I know.
So cute.
He is so cute. I remember when he texted me when Mac was first born and was like, I'm in my dad era. It's like,
That's adorable.
I was like, who would have ever thought you were a dad? But this is actually really cute.
He's got to move closer, and same with Rachel.
I
Then we can
know.
all be
I'm
friends.
doing my best, okay?
We're trying to be in a 10-mile radius of
Mhm.
all of us.
Listen, my goal in life is to own a large chunk of property and have all of my friends basically live in a commune and have a lot of cows. I'm really into cows lately.
I'll be in a
I
cult.
think Tina would be all about this. Let's just do
Do
it.
we have to wear all white?
No, wear whatever the fuck you want, but like I just want cows.
Why we gotta wear all white?
I want to
you
wear like a
weirdo?
robe every day. Like we're on like the what's that show called
It's
where they
not-
wear all red?
This doesn't sound right.
I'll milk the cows.
I just want a Highland cow. They're fuzzy and cute and just big puppies.
I want chickens and
Yeah, I
ducks.
can have a few chickens. A goat.
You should see my
Yeah.
neighborhood. It's like a farmstead. These people in their backyards, they have literal chicken coops.
Really?
It's amazing.
Farmers
Yeah.
eggs though are like no other eggs I've ever eaten.
I do love that.
We can bond and be a friendmune, or whatever they
friend?
call it.
Listen, we just all
Have
have to have children and then we can be a mom com.
Oh, are you gonna have kids then?
One. Maybe one. We're debating. But if you don't have kids, you just get to be the cool aunt.
Yeah, you definitely can.
I'll be the cool aunt. I'll buy your kids all the cool bows, but I will have even cooler bows.
So in the cool aunt club,
He needs a bow tie.
Okay, bow tie's cool.
in the cool aunt club world, so my nephew, he's 9 right now, and he this past holiday season, he apparently still believes Santa's real, which is the cutest thing in the world. And from the moment this child was born, I have been telling him that I'm a witch and that I am magical.
Why?
You're so bad.
And he believes it. And so in November we went to Disney and we were staying at the Little Mermaid thing in the Art of Animation, and in the same like resort there's a Nemo one, and up on the one roof there's a bunch of the seagulls. And the one morning we were or evening, whatever, we were walking and he was with me. It was me, him, and my husband, and I like nudged Charlie, my nephew, and I was like, hey, mine. And the minute I said mine, all of those fucking seagulls went, mine, and started doing the thing. And I was like, Andrew and Charlie's faces were like this. Like they were shook that had happened. And then like a day later, we were in Magic Kingdom, and you wear these bands now, and they like, if you get close to a bronze statue, your band buzzes. And we had been by this area a few times, and it was early in the morning, and we were walking by the bronze statue of the Mad Hatter. And again, it was just me, my husband, and my nephew. And I said, oh, good morning, Mr. Hatter, just jokingly to this bronze statue. And the Mad Hatter started talking back at us. And so these two instances just like set my nephew's brain in the sense that like, oh, Aunt Rachel, I've always believed she's a witch, but that lady has magic powers. So during the holiday season, my brother-in-law was like essentially trying to question whether he thought Charlie really still believed in Santa or not. And he was like, so how does Santa get to these houses? And he goes, well, it's magic, Dad. You know, like Aunt Rachel's magic. And now he can never not believe in Santa, because then I think that would mean he would stop believing that I'm actually magical, and that would
You're not a
ruin me.
witch.
Yeah.
I'm a witch.
I've never heard this story. Do you tell all your new friends this story?
I tell all my friends about the smut that I read.
Oh, man. We can talk about that on another podcast.
Fake wedding. A girl that my friend Michelle is friends with came up to me and she goes, Michelle told me I need to talk to you because of all the smut you read. And I was like, oh, gotta go.
Gotta get out.
You do read a lot of interesting books.
Yeah.
I do. Since we are at 36 minutes as of my timer, I do feel like we don't have enough time to dive into the world of smut, but have me back again and I will talk.
It could be another
Yeah,
podcast in
we'll do a
itself.
whole topic about smut books, but I really want to read one first, but I'm scared. I want to read one of the like fantasy ones with like fairies and stuff.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
She's like, I got a list of them.
I do. I do.
Well, this is amazing. I love you guys so much. And I won't tell Shannon how great this was because I
Nice.
don't want her to be jealous, but
She can hear
it
it.
was pretty great.
Yeah, she'll just listen to it and she'll be like, oh my God.
She'll be like, shit, I can't believe I missed that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But-
We love you, Shannon. And we love everyone that's listening. Thank you.
Yeah.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow.
She always remembers to say that. I was like, I don't know the script. You're my
I
script.
remember I listened to the most recent episode today and I was like, oh, I have to say that because Jess never remembers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just go with,
So
Like, subscribe.
Like,
and
subscribe, follow.
we love you and we love you, Shannon.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.